Hey, Colin, Hiles here, the Mindset Guy, and this video is 3 ways to get unstuck and have a breakthrough. And I'm presupposing you're watching this video because you have a degree of stuckness. You know, you feel stuck, a bit like at the red light there. And you know, normally when we feel stuck, we're not normally experiencing positive emotions, overwhelmed, stressed, pissed off, angry, upset, disillusioned, demotivated. The list goes on, right? So what we want to do is we want to move through to mobility, the go sign. And what I mean by mobility is to be able to move forward without constriction, to be able to move forward towards something that we want to achieve. Now, we can look at this from, sort of a big chunk. So think of the 4 big areas of life: health, wealth, love, and lifestyle. Maybe it's in one of those areas that you're feeling a little bit stuck right now. Or you might come down to a client you're working with and, things are not progressing the way that you would like them to, for instance. So you can put your context around this, but I would like for you to have some kind of context so that as I take you through the 3 ways, as I reveal the 3 ways, you can either go yes, yes, no, or no, yes, yes, as to which bit you haven't really got sorted out yet, and thus still feeling stuck rather than moving forward. And these 3 ways, if you do any one of these 3 ways, you will move forward. But if you do all 3, that's when you're going to get the best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these in reverse order. Now, every single one of these ways are important, but I do believe that there is, based on lots and lots of coaching with lots and lots of clients over the years, there is a priority around this. And you'll see as I go through this what I mean by that. So let's start with the first one here. All right, so number 3, we're doing this in reverse order. And number 3 is strategy, right? You've got to have the right strategy. Now, a strategy is really answering the how question, So how are you going to move from this side to this side here? A strategy, Tony Robbins uses the metaphor of, it's a bit like a recipe. So if you've never baked a Victoria sponge before and you want to bake one, then go get the recipe because you'll get off to the best possible start. But you've got to have the right strategy. If you're heading east looking for a sunset, you're not going to find it. I don't care how clear you are, I don't care how motivated you are, I don't care how positive you are, you're not going to find it because you've got the wrong strategy. Now, in terms of strategy, the reason I put this one right at the top is because with the advent of the internet now, we can find how to do something very, very easy. Generally, there's lots of how-tos. This is a how-to video. All of my videos on this channel are how-to videos. Everything that I do is how-to. I'm giving you strategies. This is a strategy, a how-to. 1, 2, 3. So there's plenty of strategies. Like if you take weight loss, if you asked a person that's overweight, do you know how to lose weight? They typically can tell you, yes, eat less, move more, right? So, that's as simple as it can possibly be, but they know how to do it. Or you can bump into someone that knows how to do it. So more often than not, we know the how-to. But over here I've put, sometimes we've got the wrong strategy, or sometimes we're making it too complex, too difficult. So if I take an example for me, losing weight, losing fat, I kind of knew what to do, but I was making it far more complex than I needed to. So when I simplified the strategy, and I've got 2 videos on this channel on how I did that, so you can go and find those if you've not seen them, all of a sudden it became much easier because I had the right strategy. It was a very simple strategy. Now, to give you a how-to on here, one of the best ways of getting the right strategy is to find somebody that's already got the result that you're looking for and find out how did they do it. That will speed up the process. And so, because you can find individuals that are spouting information that's so out of date that it's just not relevant. But if you don't know that, you begin to head east looking for a sunset and wonder why. Now that leads to more frustration, more disillusionment, more feelings of doubt, more feelings of anxiety, etc., etc. So find individuals that have got the result that you're looking for and find out how they did it. All right, so that's strategy. Now let's look at the next one. The next one, number 2. Okay, you've got to answer the how question. Now you've got to answer the what question. So what is it that you actually want. And this is to do with clarity. You've got to have clarity. Now, so many people that I coach are either fuzzy, you know, I want to make some more money. Well, there's £1. You've done that. Well, no, it wasn't what I meant. Well, then you need to be a bit more specific. Or they'll say, I don't know what I want. I really don't know what I want, okay? Now, once again, on my blog, if you go to colinhiles.com, I've written a whole blog post on what to do if you don't know what it is that you want. But, you know, if you just start very simple with, okay, well, I know you don't know what you want, but just talk to me for a second. Just talk to me about this. More often than not, people begin to articulate what it is that they want. And it needs to be specific. The brain needs it to be specific, not fuzzy. So, you know, specific, measurable, and time-bound. I don't care too much about the A and the R in the SMART formula, but it certainly needs specific, it certainly needs to be measurable, and it certainly needs to be time-bound in order for you to have absolute clarity. So when you go back to what it is that you're working on, firstly, have you got the right strategy? Are you following what you believe is the right strategy? Have you got a plan, a step-by-step process? Is it articulated? Have you modeled it from someone who's successful? And then, you know, how clear are you? Do you know what it is that you're looking to move towards so that you can move from this, you know, stuck to mobility because you're clear as to what it is that you're working for? Or working after. So that's the what question. Now let's look at the biggie. This is the big biggie. This is the most important because you can have the right strategy. You can have absolute clarity. But if you've got a shitty limiting story about yourself or possibility or opportunity or what can be done or can't be done, then you are definitely going to get in the way of yourself and you are going to self-sabotage. So this is the big biggie. What's your story? Now, if we have a limiting story, what it means is we stay stuck. You know, I know what it is that I want. I know how to get there, but, that's a key word, but, in comes the limiting story. But, I don't have enough money to get started. I don't have enough experience. I'm not confident enough, or I blame the outside world. But, you know, it's this, it's that. And you know, a finger point, basically. So, if any of those stories are that way inclined, then we will stay stuck. What we need is a story that inspires us, a story that gets us moving. So rather than a limiting story, a more empowering story. So rather than, I can't because I don't know how, I can learn how to. Or another story might be, you know, I'm too young. A better story would be, youth gives me energy, right? So having a more empowering story, and this is the who question. So we've got the how question, the what question, the who question. Who am I? And whatever you put after the I am, that part of that story, you know, that is going to determine so much about whether you have the ability to move towards what it is that you want to move towards. Whatever you put after I am is extremely powerful. You know, I am stupid, I am thick, I am dumb, I'm not clever enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not wealthy enough. Whatever it is, whatever the enough is, I am, you know, not enough. We're going to get in the way of ourselves, we're going to stop ourselves from moving forward. Now, a simple thing that you can do here to elicit out any limiting stories that you've got is write down what it is that you want to achieve, make sure you've got a plan to get there, and then go, right, use that but word. So, you know, I want to be X weight and shape by, but. And whatever you come up with after that but, and you know, write down a whole list of things. You're starting to get out any limiting lack or label stories that are going to get in the way. And that's what you need to change. You then need to affirm them in the positive, affirm them in the possibility, reframe them if necessary so that they serve you rather than hold you back. So in summary, you've got to know how, you've got to know what, you've got to know who you are and any limiting stories. If you get all of those right, you're definitely going to move forward much quicker. So there we are, how to have a breakthrough and move from being stuck to mobility using 3 different ways. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, you know how this works. Just give me below in the comments a 1 to 10. 1 was didn't enjoy it, Colin. 10 was loved it, thank you. You know, keep moving with, keep producing more of these videos. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.